Yo, what is up YouTube? It is Xenar30 here, and today I'm coming at you guys with some Destiny Crucible gameplay. For those of you who don't know, the Crucible is basically Destiny's PvP aspect of the game. But this game mode is Control, which is the one that they showed in the beta. So it's just capture the flag. It's the first one that's open to you whenever you first unlock the Crucible at like level 5 or 6, I believe. Just really quick about this gameplay, I don't do anything like too crazy. I mean, overall, it actually was not the best gameplay for me, but I had a lot of fun with it. I was running with another buddy of mine who's on PS4, and yeah, I was just having fun with it. And I think I actually do land a quickscope or two. And me and you'll see the guy in green. We actually do kind of team up on a couple of kills. There was one where we like double melee some dude, and then like I high five his face after, and then and then there's one where he like snipes one dude, takes his shield down, and I hit him like simultaneously with a snipe and kill him. So I don't know, it was kind of funny. But I also try to do a little trick shot at the end. Like I just kind of like spin around, and I think I chuck. I can't remember if I chuck my super, and I just try to like do like a little 360 or 720, and then like I do just kind of spin around toward the end of the game. But I was just having fun with it. Anyway, that was way too long of an explanation for this gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy it for sure, 100%. I definitely want to start doing a lot more Destiny gameplay, especially the multiplayer ones, especially highlighting all the game modes and putting up, if I can, putting up like big kill counts and whatnot. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what I want to talk about, which is my initial thoughts on the game, and then let's talk about whether or not Destiny could be a competitive game, like a legit competitive game. And I'm gonna give, obviously, I'm just gonna give my standpoint on it. So you can choose to think that I'm completely insane and just completely ignore what I say, but I don't know. I think I might be right on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Anyway, so initial thoughts on Destiny. For one, Destiny is meant to be like, an overall fun game where competitive isn't like the primary focus, and it's an amazing game so far. Every campaign mission I've gone on has been fun. The way you do fire teams is awesome, and the party chat for PS4 makes it a lot better too, because you can have people in your like chat who are talking to you that aren't necessarily in the game. So like if you have, I think you can only have 3 in a fire team. I haven't like tested that out more, but if you have like 6 friends or whatever, and you get split up into 3v3 or 3 and 3 like fire teams, you can still talk to them and whatnot. I think the party chat goes up to 6 people, but it might go up to 5. Anyway, sorry. That's just for PS4. But overall, like, the game is amazing. Like, the multiplayer is so fun to play, like the Crucible stuff. The game modes feel really balanced, and it feels like my boy Mac the Monster said in his video, it feels a lot like a mix between Call of Duty, Halo, and Borderlands. Borderlands in the aspect of every campaign mission, like, you feel like you get something out of it, and they have these kind of like raids that are like really intense. There was actually one that me and my buddy just did that it took us forever. It was such a grind to try to get through the whole thing, and then we had to give up because at the very end we just couldn't do enough damage, and then another friend of ours got on and we ended up just absolutely annihilating it after doing a couple campaign missions first. So just like overall there's just so much to do. Like I said, the strikes are just, they offer like another like difficulty aspect that makes it to where there's a lot of replayability. There's different maps and whatnot, different worlds, and I know that some people were kind of saying that like once you get past a certain point, like there's no real like campaign structure, but I feel like this game's so big that you can only take it and like set it up so far, and I feel like Destiny's an evolving game, so like it's not like we're gonna be completely out of story. But even if we were, just like the added game modes that they do and like the added like missions and whatnot, there's a lot of hours you got to put in before you're gonna be like, oh, this is the same thing over and over again. And the fact that like just playing with friends is like a completely different experience than playing by yourself. It makes it 1,000 times more fun. So I 100% think that, especially from the single player aspect of this game is baller. I have loved every second I've spent on this game, and yeah, it's just great. Moving on to the competitive multiplayer aspect, let me talk a little bit about like what the multiplayer in general. There are a couple guns that feel pretty overpowered, and getting nailed by supers all the time, it feels like is kind of an unfair aspect. But if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, like people only get like their super like twice a game. So I mean I think it's like 12 people in a lobby, 6v6, like that's the most you can get. So that's at most like 24 supers being thrown around. So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but 12 of them are going to come from your team. So in the long run, like that's not something to worry about too badly. Unless you're just like getting annihilated and handing the other team points, then maybe you might see a lot more supers. But definitely, I really enjoy the fact that it feels so much like Halo and plays so much like COD, because I'm such a huge Call of Duty fan, and I've always loved Halo, but I've always been a Sony guy, so I've never had a Halo to like, you know, call my own and, you know, to actually like legit play and grind. So I think this is lots of fun. Obviously there's never going to be like a Halo, like you can't like just like duplicate the Halo experience, but I do think Destiny brings its own unique spin to it. And the multiplayer itself has plenty of replayability, even if you don't want to be competitive. If you just want to jump on and just pub stomp with friends and just have a really good time, like that's what this game was. Like me and my buddy were just laughing the whole time, and like whenever we were like combining for kills, it was just a blast. So definitely, even if you like do not want to compete whatsoever, like you're just like wanting to have fun, these game modes are great. The game modes they have right now, they have the control, which is like the domination kill variant. So basically you get extra points for the kills you get while you have flags. So like the more flags you have, the more points you get per kill. So that was a mouthful, but there's there's the there was the double team melee that I just talked about, and the high five today. In addition, there's Rumble, which is like their free-for-all mode. I haven't played that yet. They have a couple 3v3 modes. One is Salvage, and one is like a Slayer variant. I'll talk about both those in just a second, because they're going to kind of tie into my competitive talk. But the other one is just a 6v6 deathmatch. And like I said, they're lots of fun. I like all the maps so far besides one. There was one map where, I don't know, it felt like it was like so small, like it was kind of like one-dimensional, to where like there wasn't much like you could do. Like you couldn't like jump up on top of stuff. Really, it was kind of like everything was on the ground. Like, you could hover up above stuff, but there wasn't as much like tactical variation you could do, in my opinion. But basically, like I only played it once, and I was just kind of like, you know, this is kind of difficult. So, but maybe it's better, and I'm just I just kind of made a rash judgment. So we'll see about that. I don't remember what it was called, or I'd tell you guys. It was like the one on Venus, I think. We also got smacked around that game, so maybe that's why I'm thinking that. But yeah, they're all fun game modes. I do hope that they, you know, maybe add another game mode, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, why I would hope that, because I'm just kind of like a Call of Duty guy, I guess. Sorry, I'm rambling. Let's just move right into whether or not I think that Destiny could be a competitive game. The long and short of it, yeah, I honestly do. I know a couple people think that it's not going to hold water, that just like the way it's built isn't really meant for competitive. But I'd beg to differ. The 3v3 game modes, I've played one so far, because I only have one unlocked, because I'm not sure why the other one waits for a little bit to be unlocked. But the one I did was a salvage game. It was a 3v3, and it was essentially hardpoint without having to stand in the hardpoint, with a longer capture time. Actually, sorry, let me take that back. It was a lot more like headquarters. Except for you don't have to like, whenever you die, you don't have to like wait to respawn like until the headquarters is destroyed. It's really a hard way to put that. It still seemed like it was a kind of a kill-oriented game mode. Like you got extra points while you were killing with the relic being salvaged, and you got extra. Oh, you definitely got extra points for salvaging. So I'd have to take another look at it. But the long and short of that is that game mode was intense as fuck. I actually took a video of that, and I'll actually be uploading that next week. I actually didn't do too bad. But the 3v3 aspect makes it a lot more competitive, and in that game mode, they have revives on. So basically, you can wait your 10-second timer out and respawn like on the edge of the map, or your teammate can come and revive you after he's done killing that guy who killed you, or just like trying to sneak up and be tactical and revive you, and then you have another person just sitting there like in the salvage area or wherever you died. I don't know. It offers a lot of like tactical replayability to it. And I thought it was a really intense game mode. And I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it'd be a fun thing to watch too. I haven't watched the. Sorry, I had to itch my ear. I haven't played the 3v3 TDM mode. But if it's anything like, I think it's just TDM. But if it's anything like what I just played, I'm sure it'll definitely be intense as well. I think it would definitely be. This game's geared for 3v3 teams instead of 4v4 teams. But maybe they'll just kind of adapt the like 6v6 game modes to where you can do 4v4. But Yeah, so that's like the good part. Like I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was definitely competitive. Let's talk about a couple negatives really quick, and they're not even negatives. They're just things that I kind of wish would be jumped in there. For one, they definitely need to add a private match mode in, which I think I'm not quite sure what the whole plan was here, because there's definitely a GB ladder set up for PS4 at least. I think it's for Xbox One as well. I think it's for all of the consoles that Destiny's gonna be on, and there's no private match. So there's like 200 plus teams signed up to do GB Destiny, and no one can play right now because there's no private match. Unless there's a way around that I just don't know. Like maybe you have to like link up fire teams somehow. Honestly, I'm at a loss. I don't really know for sure. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure they'll add. I'm 100% positive they're gonna add a private match feature in, because why would you like set up Destiny like GBs and whatnot and then not be able to like add a private match feature in? So I'm not worried about that. Just kind of like, that's kind of what's holding us up right now. And then I do wish there was kind of a more of a one and done S&D gameplay going on, like not necessarily S&D, but like a Destiny specific objective, and then it was like one life only, and then you did rounds. But that's only because like I've played COD for so long that I'm just a COD guy, I guess. I don't know. And so like I kind of take those biases into another game. But if I step back from those biases and I like look at this from like a Halo perspective, Halo did just fine with its game modes as it was, and I think Bungie knows exactly what they're doing. And there was my attempted trick shot. I threw it the wrong side. If I had thrown it mid, I would have definitely gotten a kill. But yeah, so I mean, those are a couple things I just kind of looked at right away. But like I said, if I compare it to Halo, I think Bungie knows what it's doing, and I definitely feel like this game has the ability to be competitive. And I don't know, like even like a couple of the guns feel a little bit overpowered. Like the fusion rifle, when you charge it up, it essentially melts anybody, but so does a shotgun, and the rocket launcher does that too. And yeah, but like the primary weapons themselves are they're really balanced and like killing power. It just depends on what you feel better with. And the sniper rifle is essentially always a 2-hit kill unless the guy you're shooting at is a little bit low on health or you get a headshot. So I'm kind of sad about that, honestly, because I wanted to be, quick scoping like the shit out of people and doing OCE and stuff for this game. But honestly, I think I might still. I won't do it like sniper specific or something like that. Maybe just do like a kill streak. So sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic. So in the long term, I do believe that Destiny could be a competitive game, and I believe it could see time on the MLG circuit. Or honestly, I think if Sony ever wanted to get into competitive, this would be the game. Like if you're trying to break into it, I feel like you got to make a move on this game right here. That dude is dancing while I died. But I don't know. I feel like I'll probably have to save that for another video, because I'd have to talk about what I feel like Sony would need to do to become officially like a competitive, like find their own competitive platform. I think they're working on it. I think they started like a community type thing that might just do it for them. But in the long term, I do think that Destiny will be a competitive game. I think it has the ability to. I think it's definitely intense. I think it's definitely fun to watch too. And there's just a lot of tactical choices you can make, and with all like the jumps you can do, the abilities, the grenades, and just how the maps are set up in general, you're not going to see too much of just camping. I mean, you might see some. Like there are some places you could definitely camp, but even like if you get camped once, like all it takes is one really good grenade, and that dude. And the grenades are pretty wide encompassing too, so that helps as well. I don't know. That part I'm probably wrong on, so don't quote me on that part. But I don't know, guys. I just really have a good feeling about this game. I love it. I 100% love it. And even if this game does not go competitive, even if the GBs fall completely flat, which I really pray they don't, I'm still gonna love every single moment I play on this game. Whether it's campaign or whether it's this multiplayer. Like I'm having an absolute blast in this game. I'm still gonna get Advanced Warfare. Like I haven't like completely gotten turned off of COD, but honestly, if Advanced Warfare completely blows, then I might, starting with Destiny, take myself and possibly I wouldn't say the channel. I would definitely take my preferences and start looking for different games, starting with Destiny. I think I'll always do COD just because like that's where I can do quick scope montages and clips and OCEs and other stuff like that. But anyway, this game is about to end. I just could not hit a trick shot here. I was really trying. This game is not meant for trick shotting. I know that. I was just really just fucking around, honestly. But yeah, it was a pretty handy dub. Like I said, I wasn't very impressive. Like, I definitely have better games, and you guys will see the whatever I just said, the 3v3 game I did was a lot better. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out of here.